Hi, Laura. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to introduce Laura to all of you. I've also had the pleasure of working intimately with Laura, and she really truly is a miraculous healer. She is able to channel source energy into whatever needs to be healed, whether it be cancer or relational conflict or aches and pains in the body or situational situations at work or anything that you're experiencing that you're not in the alignment of. She can use this channeled source miraculous healing energy to support you. And so she is really a leader and a transformational catalyst on the leading edge of consciousness. It's her divine pleasure and her divine gift to help you transform, heal, and manifest your ideal life with ease. And she's able to channel a very high vibrational energy that assists her clients to experience miraculous transformation with ease. In addition to this energy work, she uses a healing technique that she calls sacred heart healing, and it's proven to be the fastest transformational method that she's developed, and she's had really incredible results. And personally, she's helped me in my relationship and also with pain in my body, as well as just situational challenges. So welcome, beautiful Laura Quirke, to the stage. We're so excited to have you here, and we're going to probably receive some magic from her today. Yeah, just come off mute. I think you're still on mute, sister.
Thank you, Nicole, for such a beautiful introduction. Appreciate that. Thank you for inviting me to be here and sharing my gift with you, and just to show you what's possible. I truly believe that we all have the ability to be healers, healing ourselves and healing others. There's a few that the better the better results that you will get. I've been really blessed with a gift that's I'm able to channel this very high vibrational energy, and then I've created tools that I'm able to direct the energy to do whatever's needed. So whether it's transforming fears or beliefs or traumas, or healing a particular part of the body, I just bring in that energy, and then I use those tools to do what we're trying to do. So the talk today is, just teaching you some of the keys to becoming a miraculous healer. And so there's some basic things I think most healers understand and know. One of the most important things is to have no ego in the way. You really have to set your ego aside, and no judgment, and not be attached to the outcome. So I think of myself as being a conduit of bringing that energy in, that high vibration energy. And if you put those things in the way, it actually blocks that flow of energy. And so learning how to, the more you work on yourself and raise your own vibration, the more light that you can hold, and the more light you can channel, because that light, that energy is coming from the divine love source energy. And so it's infinite and abundant, but to connect to that and bring it in through you, you have to be able to hold that energy and that vibration, and then bring it through you and then to whoever you're working on. So that's why it's so important to heal your own stuff. We all have things from our past, from, this lifetime, from other lifetimes, even things that were passed down from generation to generation. So beliefs, I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy, or fears that, I'll be killed if I show my gifts, or I'll be ridiculed, or, traumas that have happened in other lifetimes. And so all these things block us and prevent us from being able to channel that really high vibrational energy. So as you work on yourself and you clear these things, and many of these things are unconscious. And so the tools that I use, I help you bring those things that are unconscious into consciousness, and then it could be transformed. And the technique that I used to do everything one at a time, and it would just take forever. You could work, days just on unforgiveness alone. So now I just bring into consciousness all the things that are related to whatever it is we're working on, and then I can transform it for you really quickly. So Literally, we can change a million things as quickly as we can change one thing. And so teaching you how to go into your own heart and expanding out your consciousness, and then teaching you to work through your heart instead of your head. We can bring those things into consciousness because the heart knows everything. And so it's really quick and painless, and it completely raises your vibration. And then you're just able to help other people. Even if you don't want to call yourself a healer, you just walking around in the world and holding a high vibration, every person you come in contact with, you're actually helping them. Because when you have a lower vibration and a higher vibration next to each other, even if we're not consciously aware of it, if that one person can hold a higher vibration, it helps the person that's in a lower vibration. Maybe they're stuck in their drama and their chaos and whatever's going on in their life, and they're just at a lower place. By holding that space next to them, it'll automatically raise their vibration enough to see a different way of doing things, or a different way of looking at things. And this is done automatically. They're not even consciously aware of it. So, just going out into the world, holding your energy really high and holding that a vibration of love and higher gratitude and bliss and joy and all that stuff, you can transform some of these, anger and grief and sadness and shame and all these other levels of vibration. But if you want to be a healer, it's really important to be able to keep your vibration extremely high as you're working on the other person. The other thing I found is really important is, for many healers are empaths, and so they're picking up the energies of everybody else. So they're feeling other people's pain, physical pain, emotional pain, and it can be really draining. And oftentimes these healers, what they'll do is they'll feel that other person's stuff, heal it within themselves, and then heals it within the other person. So it's effective, but it completely exhausts them, and they just have to go to sleep after that. The method that I use, I feel energized after doing healing because I'm channeling this pure source energy through me to the other person. I'm not taking on their stuff. And so, I can just keep doing healing after healing, and it doesn't drain me at all. So that's a really important thing to work on. And so I teach people that are empaths, on how to manage that. Oftentimes I'll just say, imagine like a dial. And if you want to go out in public and you don't want to be bothered by everybody else's issues, you just turn the dial off, temporarily. And so you go about your business and you're just feeling your own stuff. But if you're doing a reading on somebody, you need to tap into them, you turn it up a little bit more to see what's going on, maybe do the healing on them if that's the way you're doing it, and then turn it off later. It's best if you can learn to do healing where you're not taking on their stuff, and just channel it through it, just easier on you. So those are some of the key things to work on to see some of the results that I see. I'm often referred to as the healer's healer, because I'm able to help healers. It's the hardest person to work on is yourself, because you're in your own way. You're attached to your own beliefs, you're attached to your own emotions, and it's just hard to heal from that place. And so there are techniques that make it easier. So you can step outside of yourself and just become the observer of yourself. So it's almost like you're looking at somebody else and their body and their energy field, and then being objective from that place, just saying, oh, okay, here comes some victim energy, and here comes some anger energy, and just witness it. And then you can transform it easier. So it is possible to do your own healing, and I do it on myself all the time. But sometimes I'll ask my friends to help me. I was like, okay, I'm stuck here and I can't get past it. Can you assist me? So there's no shame in doing that. The key is to be aware when healing needs to be done, and it's constant progress, right? When you get triggered by something. So let's say somebody says something to you. And it triggers you. It brings up something that you didn't even know was there. It brings up some kind of anger or jealousy or whatever it is. It's just an opportunity to heal. It's just saying, oh, there's something there. Okay, so let me look at that and just do a quick little healing on yourself so you can clear it. So there's no longer those triggers to be triggered when something else happens. So, also if you have like outside circumstances happen to you, people are treating you a certain way or certain things are happening on the outside, you want to look inside. Okay, what part of me is bringing that experience into my life? And so, maybe there's some victim energy that you're not even aware of. And it can even be from past lifetimes. It can be passed down from generation to generation. So you don't want to judge yourself. Like, why should I feel like a victim, right? But if it's coming up and people are treating you and you're feeling like a victim, then you just go inside. Okay, you just bring into consciousness all the places that came from, so you can do the healing on it. And you're no longer affected. So you've healed something when you can think of a situation that happened to you and you feel neutral about it, where it used to get you triggered, like you get really angry, like, whatever happened, whatever story, or experiences that happened. When you can look at it like, yeah, that was part of my experience and it brought me to where I am, and be grateful for it. You've healed it, right? So that's kind of, it's all a blessing, right? Even something that seems horrible is an opportunity for you to look at really what your higher self wants healed, what's inside there. So these are some of the essential keys that I can share with you that have really helped me. And even, when I had a lot of stuff I was going through, I was able to step outside my own ego and do it from a place, do the healing from that place. And so, it's really important just to allow that flow to come through, not to have your own judgment, not to be attached to the outcome either. I mean, that's a hard thing to do as a healer, because you have like this attachment, I want this to heal, right? And you do that, you create resistance, right? So you have to allow the energy to come instead of forcing the energy to come. So it's really important to be in that neutral place. And so the way I kind of look at it is every person has this divine light within them, which is part of God. And we're all connected in that way. But we have layers of filters that dim that light, right? And so those filters are unforgiveness and resentment and anger and fears, fear of failure, fear of success, fear of the unknown, fear of change, traumas that happen to us, emotional traumas and physical traumas and patterns and all these things that, are layered on top of this beautiful light that is perfection, that dim that light. And so as a healer, I'm just looking at, okay, well, we're just peeling off some of those layers, healing those layers, so that light can be the only thing left that's shining bright. And then they remember the truth of who they are. And they remember why they came here. And then, their intuition opens up and their divine connection opens up, and so much changes. Their whole life changes, right? So usually people are inspired to come to a healer because they have some kind of physical pain, that nothing's working for them, or they have cancer, or they have an injury. It's really debilitating and they can't ignore it anymore. Their higher self wants them to heal what's underneath it too, not just the physical issue or symptom. And so as a healer, when they come to me, the first thing I do is work on all the stuff underneath it, right? So, all the things that contributed to the cancer or contributed to the injury in the first place. And then once you heal those things, doing the physical healing is a piece of cake, right? And I just channel the energy and direct it. And so if it's ready to be healed, it will heal instantly. I often get miraculous results in a single session because I do all that stuff underneath it first. And then I do the physical healing. So just to give you a little bit about my background, I came from a totally different world. My degree was in engineering, which I did for 20 years. And I worked as a software engineer on the Palm Pilot. I was a technical lead on the first Palm Pilot. I later became vice president of engineering and managed all of the engineering within the company or companies. And so very left brain stuff. And I also later decided to change careers in 2001 and became a mortgage broker and a realtor. And, the mortgage stuff is also very number oriented and left brain. But I've always had this passion for healing for as long as I can remember. Even when I was young as 8 years old, I remember like I could feel this energy coming through my hands. I didn't know what it was. I didn't know how to use it. But I just started playing with it and experimenting with it and using it in my own life and seeing like crazy things happen. I would use it. I became a runner very early. I ran my first marathon when I was 13 years old, and I was a runner for 40 years. I competed at a pretty high level at the scholarship in college at University of Connecticut. And I would channel this energy and then use it, in my athletics or in whatever I needed. And then, working in engineering, as I was managing people, I could just find myself channeling this energy if somebody came in with a problem. And as they're talking, I could just watch it shift. Just being able to speak with them as I'm channeling the energy because the intention was there. So really, the key is intention. So when I work with somebody, I just have them hold the intention of, allowing it to heal on all levels, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and then I bring in the energy, do the healing, and I have them witness the healing take place. So it's really a partnership in that way. But just, over the years, I just learned about this gift and then how to use it and what am I supposed to do with it. When I left engineering, because I had 3 young kids at the time and I was working 12 hours a day away from home, I decided to change careers, and that's when I started doing the mortgage and real estate. But I also really wanted to pursue the healing work as well. And so I just started working on people. Anybody let me work on them, and took a bunch of classes to find out what else was out there. And I was getting results, but nothing like the results I get now. And so I ended up, after I studied different techniques, I created my own, and I was getting unbelievable results, like miraculous healing. People like with cancer, where there's no more hope. The cancer was completely gone. Injuries, migraine headaches, back problems, sports injuries. I mean, you name it. It was just crazy. And I was like, wow, this really works. And so it was just kind of a discovery of what to do. And then I created these techniques to manipulate the energy or direct the energy to do whatever is needed. So it's just been a really fun journey, and it's just such a passion of mine to help people in such huge ways. I mean, they think they're coming for just a physical healing, but we end up changing their entire life. Like every part of their life gets better. And so I'm just so grateful to be able to share this with people and help them in such huge ways. So I do individual sessions. I do group sessions with people. My website is lightconnectors.com if anybody's interested in doing a session. And then I'm also going to be a speaker at the 11/11 Heaven on Earth event in Sedona, November 9th through the 12th, where I'll be doing group healings on the stage for the whole audience. So come join us there if you'd like to experience that. It's just so much fun. I mean, just give you a couple examples of some of the results. I mean, I had one guy come to me and he was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. And basically it was stage 4, and they said, you need to do radiation and chemo, and it's very serious. And his wife suggested he come see me first. I did a healing on him, and he said he felt so different. After the session, he was not going to go through with the chemo and the radiation. I said, no, you need to do that. I do not want responsibility for you not moving forward with medical treatment. And I always recommend people to do, the healing in addition to whatever else they're doing. But he said to his doctor, I'm not doing it. And the doctor said, you will die if you don't do it. And he said, test me again. And the cancer was gone. So that's just one example of many that happened. I worked with an athlete, and he was a runner, and he was in the cross country team in college. And he was just struggling. He was like in 8th place most of the year, and just not happy with his performance and kind of doubting himself, and had some injuries. And so I did a healing with him, and we healed the injuries and just healed his confidence and his belief in himself and all the fears that he had that was blocking him from success. And he had a race that next weekend, and he was first place for his team at the regional championships. I mean, it was unbelievable, like just this huge improvement in his performance. So it really is unbelievable. There's no limits on what we can do. We can change situations, do healings on, what's ever going on in your life. Can heal all the people involved in it. You can't force anybody to do anything. It's all, everybody has free will, but you can heal some of their own traumas and fears that are involved and help them receive clarity and guidance on what's for the best. And it just changes the outcome of, whatever situation they're working on. So there's just no limit on to what we can do. Let's see, I don't know how much time I have left here. Nicole, do I have time to do a quick little healing? Oh, it's just scheduled. Like, I don't want to go over too much time here.
Yeah, well, we started a little late for you, so do a healing. Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Right, Tangela?
Yes,
Yeah.
sure, that's fine. Great.
Okay, great. So I'm just going to show you a little example of the work and how easy and painless it is. So since we only have a few minutes to do it, I'm not going to do something too difficult, but I'll just going to give you a quick example. So anyway, everybody that wants to participate, just pick a physical thing in your body or an emotional pain. So physical pain or emotional pain that you would like to have healed. And we'll work on that. And so I'll do it in a generic way. And some people receive instant healings, and sometimes there's just more work to do that we would need more time to work on. So don't get too discouraged if you don't, have a miraculous result right away. Anyway, so just put your attention on your heart. So close your eyes first of all. Put your attention on your heart, and then ask to be guided into your sacred heart. And then imagine your consciousness around you and expand it out bigger than the universe, so you're connected to all that is. Go up above your head and connect with the divine love and source energy, and invite that energy to come back down through the top of your head and into your heart. Go down through your feet, down to the center of the earth, and connect with the healing energy of the earth, and invite that healing energy to come back up through your feet and into your heart. And then allow those combined energies to expand out to fill every fiber of your being. Then allow it to expand out even further to fill your entire consciousness. This is the state that you want to be in when you want to create change instantly. You're in your heart where you have access to the highest truth. You're connected to all that is, and you're connected to heaven and earth, all centered in your heart. So if you find yourself going into your head, trying to analyze it and figure out, and just go back in your heart and just say, what does my heart say? Okay. So now just ask your heart, which knows the truth of everything, to bring into consciousness all the elements that are contributing to the pain that you would like to have healed. So whether it's an emotional pain or physical pain. So when I say elements, I mean thoughts, beliefs, traumas, fears, emotions, experiences, patterns, blocks from this lifetime, from other lifetimes, and through genetics that were passed on from generation to generation. So your heart knows everything. So you're just asking your heart to bring all those elements contributing to the issue or preventing us from healing it now. So maybe there's, a belief that this is not possible, or, nothing works for me, or, whatever it is. So just bringing all that into consciousness. So just inviting that in, and however your intuition works, trust that, right? So the four main ways of intuition is some people see with the third eye, some people hear messages, some people just feel it in their own body, and some people just have a knowingness. For me, it's just a knowingness. Oftentimes people have a combination of those things. So just trust however it's showing up for you. So you're just inviting it in, and you're witnessing it come into your consciousness. Some of these things are already in consciousness, and some are unconscious, and we can only heal it once we bring it into consciousness. So that's what we're doing now. So you're asking your heart to invite all those things in, all those elements that are preventing you from healing now or contributing to the physical or emotional pain that we're working on. So just inviting all that in. And then once it's in consciousness, I have you holding the intention of allowing it to heal on all levels, being transformed on all levels. So if it's a belief, then we're transforming it into something for your highest and best good. If it's, if it's an emotion, we're asking to heal that emotion. So the words are not important. I'm going to say the words out loud so that you have a knowingness of what we're doing. But, as I go through the session, I just say transform it because it's the energy I'm bringing in that allows the transformation to take place. So I'm just going to say the full statement that I use. It's commanded that all of these things be transformed now in the highest and best way across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Thank you. And so it is. And now you just watch as it shifts. So just trust in your intuition and just observing. So you don't have to do anything. You're just witnessing and allowing the change. You're holding the intention of allowing it to change, and you're just watching it as I'm bringing in the energy and doing that for you. Okay, so sometimes we get it all on pass, and sometimes it takes a couple passes. So do one more pass on that. So you're just asking your heart to bring into consciousness all remaining elements that are contributing to the issue or preventing it from being healed now. So just inviting all that in. Sometimes it's just layers of stuff. So just inviting that in. Commanded that all these things be transformed now in the highest way across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Thank you. And so it is. Just watch as that energy shifts. Okay, now we're just going to do a quick little physical healing. So you're going to ask with your eyes closed to be shown an image of the body part where this pain exists, right? So you're just going to ask to be shown with your third eye, that body part, and that's to highlight all the parts that need healing. And then ask for another image of what that body part would look like in its perfect health, balance, alignment, and functionality as a reference point. Okay, and now just put your attention on what it looks like now, holding the intention of allowing it to be completely healed on all levels. And I'm going to channel the energy, bringing the energy in through your crown chakra into that body part. And then you're just going to witness the healing take place. And then when both images look the same, we know the healing is done. Okay, so just go ahead and allow that to happen. And then just watch as the healing takes place. Okay. It's commanded that all the changes we've done today be integrated with God's perfection, love, and ease. Thank you, and so it is. And just watch as that integration takes place. Allow the integration to take place. Okay, and then you can open your eyes. And that was just a really quick example of how easy and painless it is to heal. Nicole, did you want to?
Oh yeah, that was amazing, Laura. I had tension in my neck and I feel like it was unwinded there. So thank you.
Awesome.
I needed that.
Yeah.
Wonderful,
So as I
Laura.
said
Thank
before,
you so much.
you're welcome. Yeah. So normally I do the healings on the phone or through Zoom. But if you'd like to experience it live, as I said, I'm going to be in Sedona at that 11/11 Heaven on Earth event. So come join us there and experience a live healing there. So
Awesome.
thank you so much.
you, Laura. Always amazing. We get a 2-for-1 with you for sure.
During these extraordinary times, are you seeking friends and collaborators, like-minded, brilliant, beautiful souls who want to be a part of creating the new earth? Here is the answer. Welcome to Soul Search. Soul Search is the high-frequency global online destination for spirituality and consciousness. This is a multi-dimensional community for spiritual seekers, healers, teachers, and guides for the global awakening. With Soul Search, the spiritual seeker can easily search for and connect with healing modalities, spiritual teachings, practices, and practitioners. Within the Soul Search community, you can join groups or take courses for your spiritual journey. With Soul Search, you are part of an inclusive, growing global community for consciousness. For spiritually conscious practitioners, Soul Search connects you to a global audience seeking your services. Post client reviews, articles, videos, photos, and audio. You can create secure and private online communities for your groups and clients. Be a part of an awakening community for spirituality where you can collaborate and connect with practitioners and seekers. Whether you are a spiritual seeker, healer, or just curious, join soulsearch.io today.
Thank you so much for tuning into this podcast. This is Neil, founder of Portal to Ascension, and just closing out this podcast here and letting you know that what you're experiencing are all types of presentations that we have on Portal to Ascension. Such a wide variety, different audio clips from conferences that we do, and then other interviews that we have also on our YouTube. And I want to take this moment here at the end and just talk to you about a few upcoming things with Portal to Ascension. We're really excited because 2023, we're really blasting off, and we have a few conferences. We have Portal to Ascension San Diego, April 21st, 22nd, and 23rd. We have Portal to Ascension Glastonbury in the UK. Hope to see some of you there. That's August 11th, 12th, and 13th of next year. And then, or 2023 if you're listening to it now. And then we're also taking a tour of people to Egypt, guys. And we're going to go from September 7th. We're going to have the Hertax with us, JJ and Desiree Hertax, like you might have experienced on that channel. Joan of Angels is going to be with us, and also Alan Steinfeld. And actually, I have Joan of Angels here with me right now, so I'm going to just hand it over to her and get your input, Joan, on what we're going to be experiencing, your excitement, and all of that.
So this is a critical time in our history on the planet, and 2023 is this reawakening of it's just our reawakening of our spirituality and our transformation along this ascension timeline. So these events are designed to really awaken you, to really bring you to remember who you are, why you're here, your galactic origins, the power, the personal power we have within us to shift into the planet that we really want at the most optimum of potential, to align our body, mind, and spirit to get there. So these, just to be together in person, activates forgotten memories, activates light codes, activates DNA, and most of all, activates your happiness cells, because the joy in coming together is just extraordinary. So we invite you to come and be with us in any of these events around the world. And even online, we try to create that same energetics. So we love you all, that we are creating a mystery school that goes around the planet and off planet.
Exactly, yes. And just a few websites for you. So firstly, of course, the main website, portaltoascension.org. We'll have everything there. You can sign up and get 1,000 plus, well, it's over 3,000 at this point, hours of free conscious content, like a streaming platform where you can browse and all of that. And then ascensionconference.com for Portal to Ascension San Diego, ascensionglastonbury.com for the Glastonbury conference, and then the Egypt tour is going to be on Portal to Ascension, or is on portaltoascension.org as well. So some beautiful, amazing experiences. We're really blasting off. It's time to get exponential. We've been exponential, but now the exponential curve is going even higher, because it's really time for us to remember who we are, tap in our true potential, and make some change on Earth that's creates betterment for everybody, right? And that's why we're doing what we do. That's why this podcast exists. So excited to see you guys there. AscensionConference.com and Portal to Ascension. Joan, any closing words?
Ascension Glastonbury. Yeah, we're all taking off together. This is the time for which we've been called, loves. Can't wait to see you there.
Love you all.